What up, guys? The Bench Buddies are back with a new series to cover. We're going to be covering the XFL, just be doing some power rankings and maybe some playoff predictions when we get there. But for the right now, we're just going to be talking about the 8 teams and where they rank after week 1, heading into week 2. But before I get into it, make sure to hit that subscribe button where we'll be doing that giveaway at 500 subscribers. And all you have to do to be entered is just be subscribed to our channel. At 8, staying at 8, are the Orlando Guardians. And this team was the only team that really got blown out this week in the debut of the XFL yet again. And another thing about that is Paxton Lynch, the quarterback who started for the Guardians, has now been benched 4 times in 4 different leagues, which is the first in history, I believe. No one else has been able to do that. And speaking of getting benched, well, this team felt like needed to get benched with 4 total turnovers. Not much production here. QB play was okay besides those 3 picks, but they need to turn things around against the Brahmas, who are also 0-1. Cody Latimer had a great game as well, but this defense needs to step up a little bit against better teams. 7, the Las Vegas Vipers lose on a heartbreak as they throw a pick 6. They go down, score, and don't get the 2-point conversion against the Renegades, which a lot of teams thought the Renegades are kind of one of the top tier teams, and the Vipers are kind of bottom tier, based off of projections and whatnot. But these Vipers showed some fight until the very end. Badditt had a decent game, 6 receptions, 81 yards, and 2 tutties. It's always a good start. But this week they go against defenders who looked pretty good in week 1. But Luis Perez played pretty good as well. Just needs to get those turnovers down. At 6, the Brahmas are going to be traveling to Orlando to face the Guardians. And how did they do last week, though? Lost on a heartbreak to the Battlehawks. Gave up 15 points in the last 3 minutes. But this team was, I think, the most consistent and showed me that this team will run the ball no matter situation. I mean, obviously, they only scored 15 points. Jack Cohn did okay. Nothing too crazy, but Kalon Ballage, I think it is, the former Miami running back, really showed out. 24 attempts, gave him the rock a lot, and he took care of his business. But this team just needs to find ways to score. And at 5, the Seattle Sea Dragons come away from week 1 with disappointment. They fumble at the goal line with 19 seconds left to lose on a heartbreaker. They missed a field goal, had 3 turnovers, and the offense still had to carry this team to the promised land. Even with all those chances, they just couldn't get it done in the end. But Ben DiNucci had a decent outing until that end, till that 4th quarter, really. And Pearson had a great game with 95 yards and 12 receptions as they look to get back into the win, look to get their first win this year. At 4, the Houston Roughnecks are making a big jump up from 6 to 4. And they force 4 turnovers against the Guardians, get 7 sacks, and especially 4 from Trent Harris by himself. So he had a day. And Brandon Silvers looked really good. I mean, you're not going to get perfect QBRs and whatnot, but 2 TDs, 2 picks, really distributed the ball very well. And his top target for week 1 was Burnett for 8 receptions, 90 yards, and a touchdown. And this team is going to be going against another 1-0 team. So it'll be interesting to see who can come out on top. At 3, the Battlehawks move up 1 spot, and that's because of the 3 minutes left in the 4th quarter. They got outplayed for 57 minutes, and when it was those last 3, that's when they just decided to be good. They had a passing touchdown, got the 3-point conversion, the onside kick, which is a 4th and 15, converted that to get the ball back, and then they threw another passing touchdown with 16 seconds left. So in that span, they scored 15 points in 3 minutes. So you got to give them credit where credit is due, and you can't count this team out after week 1. I already know that. So AJ McCarron was the driving factor in that one, but he's going to have to get that offense going sooner rather than later against a Sea Dragons team that looked like they could put up 30 if they limit their mistakes. At 2, staying at 2, are the DC Defenders. And this team, well, they won on, kind of the defensive side of the ball, forcing 3 turnovers with that fumble, 19 seconds left in the game. They got a pick 6 as well. And you can see Tiamu, the quarterback, did not really do too much. The offense didn't do too much either. But their fans, with the beer snake and throwing lemons on the field, I think they're the most devoted fans in the league, and that's always is a key part. but now they go to Vegas to face the Vipers. And at 1 for the second time this year, and still at top after the preseason rankings, are those Renegades. They, got the very close win in the first XFL game this year on that 2-point conversion, holding them at the end. But their big thing as well was defensive side of the ball, getting not one, but 2 pick sixes throughout this game, which really propelled them to pretty much the best defense in the league, in my opinion, after week 1. It may be an overreaction, but if you can get 2 pick sixes in week 1, you're doing something right in the prep room and whatnot. But their quarterback play and run game is going to be very concerning moving forward. They have a tough matchup this week at the Roughnecks. If they really want to find out who they are, they're going to have to fix offense heading into this matchup. But that's going to be it for the video this week. If you want more, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below and come back next week to see where your XFL team ranks.